Hi guys, let's look at the next question from the exercise 6a. It says three consecutive numbers are such that the square of the middle number exceeds the difference of the squares of the other two by 60. Okay, so let the three consecutive numbers be x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. So these are the three numbers. It says square of the middle number, which means x plus 1 whole square, exceeds, which means we'll have to add something to what is given, difference of squares of the other two, which means since x plus 2 is bigger than x, so we are looking at x plus 2 whole square minus x square. Let's read it again. Square of the middle number exceeds the difference of the squares of the remaining two by 60, which means if I add 60 to this, I will get x plus 1 whole square. So that should give me a quadratic equation. Let's look at this. So this would be x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to x square plus 4x plus 4 minus x square plus 60. This negative x square and x square gets cancelled. So we have x square plus 2x, and when this 4x goes here becomes negative, plus 1, and we have 4 and 60, that's 64, minus 64 is equal to 0. So this becomes x square minus 2x minus 63 is equal to 0. Quadratic equation, I need to find factors of negative 63, the sum of which will be negative 2. So 7 and 9, and since it's negative, which means 9 is the negative. So x square minus 9x plus 7x minus 63 is equal to 0. So I have split negative 2 in the form of negative 9 plus 7. Grouping it, I get x times x minus 9 plus 7 times x minus 9 is equal to 0, which means x minus 9 times x plus 7 is equal to 0, which means x minus 9 is equal to 0 or x plus 7 is equal to 0, which gives me x is equal to 9 or x is equal to negative 7. Now, so the numbers if x is equal to 9 would be 9, 10 and 11 are the numbers. If you look at negative 7, then we'll have negative 7, negative 6 and negative 5. But then this solution does not work out because the middle of the square of 36 will not be equal to negative 5 square minus negative 7 square plus 60. This doesn't work out, which means therefore the numbers are 9, 10 and 11. Good, let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 15. Yes, question number 15. It says A can do a piece of work in X days, B can do the same work in X plus 16 days, which means the speed of their working is different, which means we can't use direct proportion or direct unitary method. The method that we use, we've done this in class 7th also and class 8th also and 9th for sure, which is we calculate the work done by each person in one day and then we compare. So let's look at this. So if A can do a piece of work in X days, which means for A, work done in one day would be equal to 1 upon X. This is basic unitary method. X days, one work, which means one day, 1 into 1 upon X work. That's basically 1 upon X of the work is done in one day. Now let's look at for B. So for B, work done in one day would be equal to, by the same calculation, 1 upon X plus 16. If both working together can do it in 15 days, which means for A and B, work done in one day is equal to 1 upon X plus 1 upon X plus 16, which is individuals adding individual work, and this is equal to 1 upon 15. Again, same logic, 15 days, one work, which means one day, 1 into 1 upon 15 work, which is 1 upon 15. That's the calculation I just did. So Now we can convert this into a quadratic equation and solve it. So let's look at this quadratic equation. For that, we'll first take the LCM. So the LCM will be x times x plus 16, and this is x plus 16 plus x is equal to 1 upon 15. Cross multiplying, I get x square plus 16x is equal to 15 times 2x plus 16, which is x square plus 16x minus 30x. 15 into 2, that's 30x, minus 15 into 16, that's 240. Minus 240 is equal to 0, which means x square minus 14x minus 240 is equal to 0. So I need to find factors of negative 240, the sum of which should be negative 14. This one is simple as well. That would be negative 24 into 10. That would give me a sum of 14 and with a negative sign. So I break up negative 14 as negative 24. So x square minus 24x plus 10x minus 240 is equal to 0. Grouping it the way I have underlined, x times x minus 24 plus 10 times x minus 24 is equal to 0. X minus 24 times x plus 10 is equal to 0, which means x minus 24 is equal to 0 or x plus 10 is equal to 0. What this means is x is equal to 24 or x is equal to negative 10. Now since number of days, x is basically number of days, so number of days cannot be negative, therefore x is equal to 24 days. Good, let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 16. Question number 16 says one pipe can fill a cistern in 3 hours less than the other. Okay, so let the time taken be x hours and x plus 3 hours. So one takes x hours, the other takes x plus 3 hours. Two pipes together can fill the same cistern in 6 hours 40 minutes. Now this is a mixed unit, which is it has hour and minute. So let's just convert this into hours because we've taken the unit of x as hours. So 6 hour 40 minute would be equal to 6 hour and 40 upon 60 hour. This is 20 into 2, 20 into 3. So this is 6 2 by 3 hour, which is 6 into 3, 18. That's 20 upon 3 hour. Now this question is exactly same like the one we did earlier, which means work done by pipe 1 in 1 hour would be equal to 1 upon x, and work done by pipe 2 in 1 hour would be equal to 1 upon x plus 3. Now we'll calculate the work done together, which means work done by pipe 1 plus pipe 2 in 1 hour is equal to 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 3, and this is given equal to the total time is 20 upon 3, which means 1 upon 20 upon 3. This will give us a quadratic equation. 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 3 is equal to 3 upon 20. Let's take the LCM. LCM will be x times x plus 3. This would be x plus 3 plus x, which would be equal to 3 upon 20. Cross multiplying, we get 3 times x squared plus 3x is equal to 20 times 2x plus 3. This is 3x squared plus 9x minus 40x, 20 into 2, 40, minus 20 into 3, that's 60, is equal to 0. Okay, what does this give us? This tells us 3x square 9 minus 40, that's negative 31, minus 31x minus 60 is equal to 0. Yes, that's correct. Now I need to find factors of negative 180, the sum of which is negative 31. So negative 180 can be written as 36 into 5, that's 150, 180, that's perfect, and the sum is 31, which means negative 36 and plus 5. So this one was also simple, we didn't need to do prime factorization. So this I would break up 31 as 3x square minus 36x plus 5x minus 60 is equal to 0. Grouping it the way I have underlined, 3x x minus 12 plus 5 times x minus 12 is equal to 0, which means x minus 12 times 3x plus 5 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 12 or x is equal to negative 5 upon 3. Now since x is basically time, so since time can't be negative, therefore x is equal to 12 hours. Let's read the question. Find the time that each pipe will take to fill the system. Therefore time taken is 12 hours and 15 hours. Done. Perfect. So that brings me to the last question of this exercise that I solve with you. The last question that I do with you is question number 17. It says a positive number is divided into two parts such that the sum of the squares of the two parts is 20. Okay, and the square of the larger part is 8 times the smaller part. Taking x as the smaller part, find the number. Okay, let x and y be the two parts. That's point 1 and point 2. Let y be more than x. So what's given is the square of the sum of the squares, which means x square plus y square is given equal to 20. That's the first equation or the relation that we can figure out. And the second one is square of the larger part, which means square of the larger part, that's y square, is 8 times the smaller part, which means 8 multiplied with the smaller part, which is x. So that's equation 2. So put y square is equal to 8x in equation 1, and what we get is x square plus 8x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now we need to find factors of negative 20, the sum of which should be plus 8. This means x square minus 2x plus 10x. Basically, I have broken 8 into minus 2 plus 10. That's the product of which is negative 20 and the sum of which is plus 8. Minus 20 is equal to 0, which means x times x minus 2 plus 10 times x minus 2 is equal to 0, which means x minus 2 times x plus 10 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 2 or x is equal to negative 10. Now since the number is positive, therefore x is equal to negative 10 is not possible. So the value of x then is 2. Let's read the question and figure out what they want us to calculate. They say find the number. So we need to find the second part, which is y. So put x is equal to 2 in equation 2, and what we get is y square is equal to 8 into 2, which means y square is equal to 16, which means y is equal to 4. Again, minus 4 is not an option because the numbers are positive. Therefore, the number is x plus y, which is 6. So the number is 6. Done. That's why I repeat, there are tail questions, the questions which are given right at the end. After you calculated x and you calculated y, the question wanted you to figure out the number which is x plus 1. So that finishes this video for me. Let's look at the homework questions. Homework question for you today for this part of the video would be question number 12, 14. That's about it. 2 questions. Thank you so much. Take care and be safe. Bye bye.